What's good, everybody? It's your man Big Dom back at you. Another True Players podcast episode, which I am live right now, right after the Knicks loss to the Orlando Magic, 124-107. The Orlando Magic had the lead since the beginning of the game. Really out physicaled, was more physical than the New York Knicks. Knicks did have some runs within them to try to come back and try to score the victory, but the Magic was just too much, especially with the Knicks coming off a back-to-back. And we saw late in the fourth quarter, Jalen Brunson leaves the game. He stepped on an Orlando Magic player's foot, probably twisted his right ankle. And I think he banged knee to knee with also on his left knee as well. So a lot of things. I was watching the game, intermittently. I just did notice some things in the games. In the game I didn't like. The Knicks looked lethargic. And it's games like this is where the talk about Giannis to the Knicks becomes loud, especially the way Towns played. There were certain loose balls that he could have gotten, in my opinion, and he didn't get. You know, without Mitchell in there, the Magic could go in there and get rebounds, and the Knicks not getting as many second chance points without Robinson in the game. So this is where, as much as I don't want the trade to happen with Towns for Giannis, this is where people start talking about it. There's games like this. Not your best. You're tired. You gotta give legit effort. There's some certain place he took the effort off, and the Knicks lost. There were some things I kind of saw with Mike Brown. He didn't go to he waited till the fourth quarter to go to Clarkson. Clarkson played a little bit in the first half. I felt you needed Clarkson in there as well to score some buckets. Possibly we need another big body in there to go with Towns and Mitchell Robinson. Probably Hawk Porty should have been placed in the game a little bit early because Orlando, they're big, they're young, they're physical, and they can shoot the ball. Their bigs could shoot the freaking basketball, and they're gonna be tough. They start off slow, but now they're back to 566. Knicks are 7-4 on the season. Knicks did lose their first home game this season. So enough with the recap about the Knicks. I want to get into what happened on Monday. I meant to have this podcast yesterday, but I, a little bit was fatigued from work and stuff, so I couldn't get on it and talk about it. But man, oh man, I have had some people answer my question about whether or not should Daboll keep his job. But as you saw on Monday, the judge said that's enough and let him go. Now, it's tough to keep your job. When I had a feeling that the media, I won't say the media was against Daboll, but there was rumblings in the front office, rumblings within the team that this Daboll was just treating people, wasn't a great person to be around, Now, after stories coming out that he threw a desk at Daniel Jones when Daniel Jones was there, he lost his defensive coordinator, Wink Martindale, which the Giants miss Wink, Wink Martindale. They do miss him as their defensive coordinator. And maybe if the Giants was put in the call in Michigan and have that man come down and be the head coach of that team and bring some fire into that Giant locker room. But the Giants had a 20-10 lead with about 10 minutes, 19 seconds left in the game. I was watching both the Jets and the Giants game, both hoping both New York teams would win on the same week. We came close. We were about 10 minutes away from seeing that happening, and guess what happened? The Giants blew another lead, 20-10. Caleb Williams and the Bears again do their Houdini act, coming from behind late in the fourth quarter to win another game. Now, granted, early in the game, Caleb Williams was not getting any help from his wide receivers. There was a couple of drops on some rollouts that he threw the ball to. It was in their hands. They dropped it. And there was some erratic play on his part early in the game, but when the game counted in the fourth quarter, Caleb Williams stepped up. The receivers made the catches, and they beat the Giants 24-20. Now, there's a question in the game that in the fourth quarter that Daboll went for the field goal instead of the touchdown at the goal line. I missed that play. I think I stepped out for a little bit, but I missed that play, so I couldn't really give you guys a set analysis on that. To be honest with you, I couldn't give you guys a set analysis on that. But if that was the case for me, I'm going. And you got goal line, you're going for it. You gotta go. You gotta go for the killer. You gotta go for the throat. You gotta go for the throat and win that game. As Monica McNutt is doing her recap of the game. Yeah. So you gotta go. I go for the jugular. I'll go on fourth down and try to end that game with a touchdown. Force them to score a touchdown to beat me. Dariusslayton made a couple of great catches in the game, but you know what happened though? When Dart leaves the game for the concussion, that's when all things went left for the New York Giants. And I truly believe he had that concussion back in the first quarter when he got sacked and his helmet was ripped off. I think that's when he had the concussion, not in the fourth quarter where they took him out. He had that concussion early in the game. They should have been checked out early in the game. But a lot of mistakes happened in the fourth quarter, which enabled the Bears to come back and win this football game. Special teams was a failure. Jamie Gillen, the punter, shanks a punt for only 26 yards, gave the Bears a great field position to score the game-winning touchdown. You can't do that. You can't have that. This is a tale of both New York teams. One had great special teams play, and the other one didn't have great special teams play. One New York team had the special teams play that won them the football game. The other special teams cost them the football game and their coach's job. Now, but where do you go from here from the Giants? Mike Kafka will take over as an interim base for the head coach. First order of business he did, he demoted Russell Wilson to number 3 quarterback. Jameis Winston is the number 2 quarterback, and he actually will be starting this coming Sunday for the New York Giants. Now, I got jokes. People got jokes of Jameis Winston talking about he's going to throw 450 yards, throw 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Let that man live, man. Let that man live. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was drafted number 1 for a reason. So the guy obviously has some talent. He obviously has some talent. So let him rock. Let him rock. And he's going against the Packers. So God bless him. But at least the game will be exciting. But another thing too about the Giants, though, I'm kind of confused. Why is the defense constantly blowing leads in the fourth quarter? What is it? Is it a lack of depth? Is it just being tired, or is it coaching? What is it that's costing the Giants defense to not able to close out the games? Giants fans, you talk to me. Tell me what it is. Tell me what it is, Giants fans. This is going to continue. No matter who's the head coach, this is going to continue unless the Giants figure out what's the issue is with the defense not being able to hold leads in the fourth quarter. It's starting to get mental with this team. Starting to get real mental with this team. But let's see what happens. Hopefully, Jameis Winston can bring some life to the team in place of Jaxsondart as he recovers, as he's in concussion protocol, and see what happens. Because you can't put Russell Wilson back in that huddle. You can't. If I was the Giants, I would cut him. He's useless to the Giants. He's useless. No energy. He's out there making executive decisions. He don't want to be out there no more. It's time for him to retire. It's time for Russell Wilson to retire, enjoy his life with Sierra and their kids, and retire. That's it. That's it. The Giants fall 2-8. Let's move on to the New York Jets, ladies and gentlemen. As I'm not going to be on this podcast for too long. I want to talk about the Jets winning their second straight game in a row. This is their first win after the bye in 9 seasons. You heard it here. First win after the bye in 9 seasons. I believe the last coach who won after the bye was Rex Ryan. That is with his final year with the team. Gotta give kudos to aaronglenn. His coaching has been, suspect at times, but he does some wild, crazy shit. But special teams came through with one kickoff return touchdown, one punt return touchdown on back-to-back possessions, mind you. The Browns scored first, got the touchdown, and all of a sudden, they got the kickoff return. Return by Kene Nwangwu off after the touchdown. Then the Jets defense goes back on the field, gets a punt right after that, and then Isaiah Thomas runs for 74 yards for another touchdown via punt return. I know I've been beating up Isaiah Williams a lot this season about his poor decision making, doing a fair catch at the 2-yard line, and not fielding a punt when the punt landed within the 15-yard line. I know I've been beating him up, but he has been getting back in my good graces these past couple of weeks with his special teams play. You got to give a big shout out to Membo and Fashanu holding Myles Garrett to 1 sack in that football game. I thought the Jets were going to have problems on offense, and they really did have problems with the offense, but it wasn't because of the defense of the Cleveland Browns. It's just that the quarterback, Justinfields, is just not good. I was rooting for this kid to prove everybody wrong. He's just not the quarterback for this team. But he's gonna get the start against the Patriots because guess what? They won 2 games with him as the starting quarterback. So let's not mess that up at all. And and the closer, I got on this man this past week, Breecehall. There was a video of him riding riding a go-kart in the locker room after practice during the week. I said, man, you need to get off the damn go-kart. But this Breecehall came in there. He was the closer. Justin Fields had about 5 yards passing until he threw that screen pass to Breecehall, and he just turned it up, turn up the Jets, as you say, and went for 42 yards for that touchdown to seal that game. This was all about Breecehall. This game. Was he upset that he didn't get traded? Of course he was upset. He wanted to go to a winning program. But I feel that with his presence here, with Jermaine Johnson still being here, I think those guys are the foundation of the winning process of this New York Jets team. I truly believe that. Just get yourself a decent quarterback to move the offense, and you'll be fine. But the thing is, though, you lost Garrett Wilson for 3 to 4 weeks with a knee injury. You can't lose that man. Mechie did play, but AD did not play. AD Mitchell did not play. Mechie had 1 catch for 3 yards. But Breecehall represented this game with 21 carries for 83 yards, with, of course, the 1 reception for 42 yards for the touchdown. Will McDonald had a monster game. He had 4 sacks. I think that's the first time any Jet had 4 sacks in a game. We talk about some great Jet pass rushes we had on this team, where it was John Abraham. Was it Mark Gastineau? Was it Joe Klecko? Hugh Douglas? We had some pass rushers on this team, and none of them had 4 sacks in the game. Will McDonald did. And this is despite losing Quinnen Williams. I thought losing Quinnen Williams this past week of the trade was going to hurt the defense. But this defense really stepped up. Mozzie Smith, he came over from the Cowboys, stepped right in and did his thing as well, which enabled the Jets to get pressure on the quarterback. Jermaine Johnson got a key sack. Quincy Williams, who was benched, they said that his play was not up to standard. Stepped up and had 7 tackles, including a sack, 2 tackles for losses, and a sack for Quincy Williams. What a way to represent and show that you want to be the part of the turnaround on this football team. I know he had a heavy heart because he wasn't playing with his little brother anymore, but he came out there and represented and showed the Jets that he does belong on the starting lineup. He does belong on the football field, and is, in my opinion, unequivocally one of the leaders of this defense. He needs to get on that field. He needs to get on that field and let him do his thing. Real talk. But, like I said, they got a big game. Big game going to happen tomorrow against the Patriots on Thursday Night Football. Big game tomorrow night. But let me also go through the top performers for the New York Jets. Like I said, Will McDonald, 4 sacks. Jermaine Johnson, 1 sack. Quincy Williams, 7 tackles, 1 sack. Of course, you had Kenny Nwangu with the kickoff return, and Isaiah Williams with the kickoff return. And for the Browns, we got represent for the Haitians. My fellow Zoe, Jerry Jeudy, 6 receptions, 78 yards, and a TD. Keyshawn Jenkins, 22 carries for 75 yards. And Dillongabriel had an okay game, but he's I don't think he's the answer for Cleveland. Do you think he's the answer, guys? No, I don't think so. And of course, the main player of the game, the closer, Breecehall with 21 carries for 83 yards with a 1 reception for 42 yards with a TD. Got to feel good. I'm hoping to just get a 3rd straight, but that'll be a very big miracle. But hey, we see miracles happen. Do you remember Monday Night Miracle in 2000? So we'll definitely. I would love to see just get. I want to see a good game against the Patriots. Close game, a close game. I hope they win, but I hope it's a close game. It's not a blowout. Excuse me. Hope it's not a blowout. So, like I said, tomorrow's a big game. I can't wait to be behind the chair, watch the football game with some brew after work, and just enjoy it. So this podcast, this is our week. This is week 10, right, guys? Week 10. Week 10 recap of the NFL season. A little bit of Knicks. And hopefully next episode we'll mix in a little bit of Mets. Because this hot stove is coming up real soon. We gotta get prepared, see what the Mets could do to improve their team, re-sign Alonso, re-sign Diaz, and go from there. But let me go back to the Giants. Given that Mike Kafka is the interim head coach, I'm going to ask you Giants fans a question. Who do you want to be your next head coach of the New York Giants? Trust me, it won't be Belichick. Belichick is about to be 75 years old. The time has passed for him to be the New York Giants head coach. Who would you guys want to have as head coach? I've heard news people say John Gruden. Hell. Don't be surprised if you see Rex Ryan throw his name in the hat for that job too. He wants to coach again. Would you Giants fans have a problem with Rex Ryan being your head coach? Some people say even Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss come into the NFL, coach Jaxsondart in the NFL. One thing is for sure: the Giants will get a veteran head coach in this team. They'll get a veteran head coach on this team. Hey, Bill Cowher may be available. I don't know if he has the juice to be a head coach again, but if it's someone for the Maras and the Tishes, it's something that he'll consider. Believe that he'll consider it. Which other head coaching prospects you see who could be the head coach of the Giants? Where Carl Banks at? That'll be a sleeper, right? That'll be a surprise, right? But again, guys, I will definitely have the recap of the Week 11 games since the Jets are playing Thursday night, Giants playing Sunday. Definitely would attempt to have the recap on Sunday instead of the usually Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday recap days. Either Sunday or definitely is going to be Monday for the recap of the New York Giants and Jets, Week 11. So on that note, guys, I'm going to end the podcast real quick. I'm sorry it's a bit short, but it feels good to be a Jet right now. 2 games in a row, but a tough game tomorrow. So on that note, guys, definitely watch the podcast on YouTube at True Players Podcast. Listen to the podcast on Spotify at True Players Podcast. All these audios will be uploaded very soon, so you better get to listen to all the episodes. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm trying to get 100 subscribers before the end of the year. Help me out with that. Tell your friends about it. Get me some more subscribers. And on that note, this is your man Big Dom signing off on this podcast. I'll see y'all on either Sunday or Monday, but stay tuned. It'll be one of those days for the Week 11 recap. Peace.